Brawl Stars has done a very good job at creating a cast of 88 brawlers who all have unique abilities, roles, and playstyles. However, being unique doesn't guarantee being well designed. If they were to introduce a brawler who couldn't move and did 0 damage, sure, he would be unique, but he'd also be the worst and most unfun brawler in the history of the game. Now thankfully, Supercell isn't that bad at brawler design, but some terrible brawlers have slipped through the cracks. So today, we'll be going over the top 5 most poorly designed brawlers and how we can fix them. Number 5 is my Milky Boy, Hank. On release, he was pretty broken, mostly because he could heal while charging his attacks, and you couldn't see him charge up his attacks in bushes, allowing him to ambush brawlers at full health. Supercell knew removing these tools would destroy Hank as a brawler, so they tried to nerf his stats. However, this didn't work, and he was still broken, so they bit the bullet and removed his healing and jump scare abilities. And just like Supercell thought, these nerfs sent Hank to the bottom of the meta, and that's where he's been for the last 2 years. Hank's problem is he can't bridge the gap between him and his opponents, which is especially bad when a super is completely useless unless you're literally on top of the enemy brawler. However, he's okay range with his main attack, which allows him to be a decent zoner, except for the fact that his bubble automatically pops after only a few seconds, meaning that as soon as this happens, an opponent can just swoop in and win the lane. All in all, Hank can't play game modes with lanes, leaving him 100% useless in everything but hot zone. But even there, he gets hard countered as soon as the map is opened up the slightest bit. Sure, he could last pick him against a comp without wall breakers, but who would last pick Hank? Hank is only good in parallel plays, where he's actually meta. But who thinks a brawler is balanced when he's only good in one map in the entire game? So how can we fix Hank? My solution is to replace his horrible shield star power with a star power that adds a splashing effect around his bubble when it pops, which would slow opponents who get hit for 1 second. This would allow Hank to zone much better than he can now, and then give him a chance to support his team. This change shouldn't be too OP or game breaking, because given Hank's reload speed, it wouldn't lead to an insta-kill combo, unlike Juju on water. I would also recommend increasing his speed slightly so he can actually catch up to opponents and push them farther back. These changes should turn him into a competitive zoner that actually has a job in the meta.
You know what? Forget my idea. Let's give him a hypercharge that always lands and does 19,000 damage, which is only enough to kill the entire enemy team in 1 shot. But don't worry, if it can't kill them in 1 shot, it cycles. So it can do 19,000 damage twice. Though I don't think Supercell would be crazy enough to introduce something so horrifically broken, right? Right?
No, they did.
First Buzz Lightyear, now this. Man, the balance of this game has turned to absolute shit.
Number 4 is the monkey himself, Miko. Miko is really unique in the fact that in over a year, he has practically not been balanced at all. The biggest change they made to him was removing his ability to survive in a storm with a super, which, to be honest, shouldn't have been a feature in the first place. Now, not needing to balance a brawler is usually a really good thing, because that means they are balanced. Because only balanced brawlers should be kept the way they are, unless of course the brawler has an early access deal, where Supercell should neglect the balance of the game so they can steal money from parents' credit cards across the world. But Miko is neither balanced nor pay to win. He sucks, and he sucks for a long time. Once players knew how to time their shots against him, he is literally useless in any 1v1 other than against throwers, but not even all throwers. So if he sucks, why haven't they balanced him yet? Well, probably because he is an S tier noob counter. Noobs cannot time their shots at all, meaning that Miko could win any 1v1 100% of the time, even against Shellys, so long that he is playing against noobs. But unlike Holt, who is a skilled noob counter, Miko is so low skilled that even noobs can use him to dominate against other noobs. Now thankfully in his current state, Miko doesn't have the DPS nor health to win 100% of the time against noobs. However, if he was buffed in any way, the tables could turn rapidly, and noobs would be sent to a hell run by monkeys, and then proceed to uninstall the game. Of course, Supercell doesn't want this, and their plan to solve this problem is to keep him in the D tier for the foreseeable future. So if Miko can't be balanced, he needs to be reworked, and I believe they should remove his monkey business star power and replace it with a mega monkey jump star power, which makes it so every third attack from Miko will go twice as far. This will make it so Miko can more strategically escape a dangerous situation or cover more ground to assassinate foes. But also work like Chester, where he can burn through ammo to either put the long jump as the first attack or the last attack, depending on the situation. This change will also have the added benefit of getting rid of his potential to auto-aim 4 attacks at once with a stealing ammo star power, which nobody enjoys playing against. This change will turn Miko from an unfair noob counter to a strategic assassin that can clean up kills. Number 3 is Grom. Grom has had a lot of balance changes in his day. So many that let's just ignore them, because it doesn't matter how he's been balanced, we all know his problem. No matter what they do to him, his attack is just way too easy to dodge. Even if he hits you once, he would then need to hit you 3 more times to get a kill. On top of that, if he is ever theoretically able to hit 5 hits in a game to get a super, he can still dodge that pretty easily as well. Aside from his inability to do damage, if you even get a little close to him, it's a free kill, as he has no tools to escape opponents or reliably do damage up close, leaving him as a sitting duck. The problem is, if Supercell buffs Grom's damage at all, just like Miko, he'll become completely broken against noobs. Noobs are stupid and can't dodge Grom's attacks at all, so because of this, Supercell is really unable to buff Grom without ruining the game for new players, especially because Grom is an epic brawler, who is more likely to be in noob lobbies, compared to a mythic brawler like Miko. Well, other than Miko on release when he was free. That was a really stupid idea, Supercell. You could have made any other brawler free, like any brawler except Edgar. Oh wait, Edgar was also free. What's up with Supercell giving assassins out for free? This is stupid. Anyways, so you may think Grom needs a rework to make him more competitive in pro gameplay, without making too good against noobs. However, I have an idea to accomplish this goal with a much more simple fix. All we need to do is increase the speed of his attacks in the air, making it easier for him to hit pro players because they would have less time to react. This would also not affect noobs too much because they get hit by bombs anyway. I also think they need to give him a good hypercharge,
of which Brawl Stars teams to have delivered on. Man, I really shouldn't have made this video right before our Brawl Talk.
Number 2 is Bonnie. Surprisingly, Bonnie hasn't been balanced much lately, being neglected as a bottom 5 brawler for a while now. She's a unique brawler, having a sniper mode and an assassin mode, or what I like to call him, the worst sniper in the game, or completely useless. What Supercell wants Bonnie to do with these modes is 1v1 snipers with her cannon, probably not getting killed, but staying alive and charging her super. Then, with her super, she would jump on the sniper, get the kill, and win the lane. However, what actually happens is Bonnie gets tasked with a sniper 3 times in a row and dies, because she is as slow as 8-bit, and also gets outranged by literally every sniper in the game. She will lose the lane against the sniper 100% of the time. Now let's just say you're playing her into 3 mid-range brawlers for some reason. Well, no, you wouldn't, because you would always pick a different sniper because she does less damage than every other sniper in the game. Now, if her terrible cannon can somehow get her super, she has an assassin mode, which can do up to 11,000 damage very quickly, often resulting in a free kill. However, then you're stuck in this useless form for 15 seconds, and it becomes a 2v2 again, assuming you don't die, because she only has 6k health and like 0 range. Either she loses the lane to a sniper, doesn't get a super from a thrower and becomes useless, or dies upon landing to mid-range brawlers. She is always bad into every matchup in the game. That is her problem. So how can we fix Bonnie? Well, because she is so poorly designed, I'll propose my most radical idea yet. They should give her tank mode a new trait. A trait that reduces damage by up to 50% based on how far away she is from the attacker. This will allow her to counter snipers in a lane. She would have time to stay alive and charge her super, and then assassinate snipers. Sure, she will be useless for a while in her assassin mode, but in open maps, she won't get insta-shredded by a damage dealer on impact. And then, she can get back in her cannon and help with the 3v2, becoming a useful and unique brawler in the meta. At number 1, we have a brawler that has never even been mediocre in the meta. A brawler who has averaged a ranking as the worst brawler in the game his entire release. You know him, you love him, the wiener boy himself, Doug! I mean, we love him as a person, just not as a brawler to play against. No matter how bad he is, nobody enjoys him reviving himself with a super. But in higher level play, he will never even get a super on any map ever. He has 0 way to bridge the gap between him and his opponents, leaving him so countered in practically every matchup that he's always left with less damage in the game than Juan Carlos in Bridge Too Far. I believe he would still be bad in 99% of maps if he did 10k damage per shot, because he will always be outranged in every situation. So how can we possibly fix a brawler that skilled players can beat 100% of the time, but has enough DPS to cook noobs that let him get too close and then cycle annoying supers? Well, to be honest, I have no idea. His main problem, which I will emphasize further, is that he literally cannot bridge the gap between him and his opponents. Every other close range brawler either has a jump or a speed gadget or something, but Doug doesn't. And it replaces super so he can bridge the gap to enemies, we just remove this most unique aspect. However, who says we should keep Doug's unique aspect? Supercell time and time again has removed brawlers with second lives. Why do we stop now? This idea doesn't work and isn't fun. Let's replace Doug's super with something both better and healthier for the game. Doug's new super will be called Eat Me. It will kill Doug on the spot, give all teammates within its radius a 5,000 health shield, 20% damage buff, and a 20% speed buff. This will make Doug very useful in supporting his teammates, as he should. He's indeed a support brawler, isn't he? I believe this is far less annoying than his previous super, and will allow for many creative team comps. Anyways, thanks for watching my video. It took me a long time to come up with all these unique changes by myself and not steal them from Reddit. It would really help me out to like and sub. Also, comment down below which of these changes you like or any different changes you think would be better. Anyways, bye. Have a great day.